Hello friends, good afternoon all of you, and let's start today. So as far as we people have begun with unit number 4, and in unit number 4 also we people have done with 4.1, that is resume writing. And so I expect that all the people might prepare your own resumes. Okay, not might, compulsory you people have to make your own resumes and try to keep it updating. So as you're in first year, people can take help of the basic format which is given to you in assignment, and when you people will go to second year, then you people will just add some skills, add other things, and again format also you people can change it afterwards. Shubham More, do you want to say something? काय सांगायचं का Shubham More?
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
So that we people have done in previous class. Okay, so in today's class we people will start with 4.2. So we'll try to complete remaining part of our syllabus so that maybe you people can concentrate on other subjects. As far as your unit test 2 will be just held, and that would be on unit number 3 only, that personal interview. Secondly, you start preparing for also, and if you have any questions or queries, that you people can ask me. So immediately I will share the screen. This time we people are going to go through notes only. So you people just stay connected. I will just set the screen. Okay, all right. So let me know if the screen is visible to you. You are able to see the 4.2 technical reports.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So let's start. So, so far, what people have done, as per that, we people were trying to get a job. Imagine your journey. Imagine your future. Maybe let's say after 3 years. What you people will be expecting after 3 years? After 3 years, you people might be just thinking of, let's say, you people are going to pass your graduation, probably. And when you are going to pass your graduation, you people may be looking for a job. So basic thing, or all we people want to get a job. That is what we people are looking. And for getting a job, I think that the necessary things we people have done so far. So what necessary things? First of all, the process of GD that we people have discussed in unit number 2. So how to participate in GD, that we people have done. Okay, that we people have discussed. But whatever we have done, again, I would like to tell that that is not sufficient at all. We are just, or you can take that I just realized you people. I have not taught you anything. I don't have taught you that what is how to participate, how to speak, because you are just in first year and you don't know much more things. But I feel that you people should realize if GD is there, then I must participate into GD and I must perform well in GD. So if this thing is realized by you, then it is okay. But let's also try to understand that if you're preparing for GD simultaneously, apart from that, aptitude is also one of the aspects that you people need to prepare. And for aptitude also, I have told you people that you can prepare. Don't wait that you will go into second year, then you'll just maybe getting some trainings, or somebody will be there. You're expecting might be your teachers are going to force you that let's start preparing for aptitude or something like this, and then you people will start. So don't wait of anybody, because right now you people are independent and you people need to think of your own career. So teachers will be there, but they may not be forcing you, or don't wait that teachers will force you to just that they will tell you prepare aptitude, then they'll think that you need to prepare for GD. And if you yourself not realizing these things, if you're not thinking my aptitude skills will be good, if you're not thinking my GD skills will be improved, my communication skills will be improved, then you are going to stay behind. You are going to be lack certain things, and it is going to be difficult for you to get a job. What we people have decided, our primary goal, or the all we people want, that is this. Okay, that is job is our, let's say, goal or vision, that we can call it, that we want to reach here. And for that, which things are required? Frequently in each of my class I discuss about these things. So we people have discussed about GD aptitude. I could not conduct aptitude, but in second year onwards, you people are going to have classes of aptitude as well. So therefore, you people just try to think of that also. But you can start on your own, become self-learner for aptitude. On GD also keep updating. Then you people will be part of then personal interview. That is also we have covered in a recent unit. What you can do, how you can do, that is also necessary. You need to face interview. How to face, that is now your choice. But I just realized to people that if you want to get a job, you have to face an interview. And if you wanted to face interview, then what you people are required, that you should have resume with you. That we people, yesterday we just completed, in previous class only we completed of resume. So if these things are there, then you people are ready. And if these things are not there, you are not ready for placements. And this is not a subject at all. So if you're going to forget that GDP people have discussed, and you're going to forget, you're not going to remember anymore. Interview tips we people have studied, and then you are forgetting about. You're not reading a single tip. You're not thinking. If you're not watching videos on YouTube about interview tips and all those things, then think when you wanted to get this job, what difficulties you need to face. If you're not working on your resumes, imagine that your situation at the time of interview. Okay, so these are the things for getting a job. So you people are expected to prepare yourself in such a way that you people will be conveniently and easily you can face this. I don't say that if you did these things, then of course you are going to get direct job. No, there will be competition, that you people have to face interviews, that you people have to go through group discussions, that you people have to do different activities for placements, but it will become easier for you. It will become comfortable for you to face these things. And now imagine that all you people have done all those things. Okay, you have done all those things, and now you just wanted to start your career. You got a job. Now imagine another situation, and that situation is that you are now about to start your job मिळाला तुम्हाला. Okay, so once you got, is everything over? Do you think that if I get placed in a good company and then everything is okay, then I have nothing to do? Is it like this? No, it's not like that. That you people have to again understand that when you get a job, then also your responsibilities are increased. The difference is that once you people just, let's say, as a student, there is no any kind of motivation in the sense of, I'll say, any kind of earning. So when you get a job at the end of month, what did you get? At the end of month, what did you get? If you're working, then at the end of month, what you will get?
Salary.
Yes, you are going to get a salary. Yes, you're right, sir. So this salary is going to motivate that whatever the work you're going to do, you're ready to do it. Why? Because this is salary, because this is money that you're getting certain amount at the end of the month. And so that money, that salary, that whatever that you have, that will motivate you to do the activities at the workplace. So you'll complete all the things which were given by your higher authorities, and you'll learn so many things. And so not only money, but that is one aspect I would like to tell. And so here you are ready to do all those work which is given by your senior, which is given by your boss. You're ready to work because you're getting money. But here you people are not doing anything. You are not preparing for resume, aptitude, personal interview, group discussion, and so much more things you people are not doing. Why you're not doing? If you suppose prepare for group discussion tips, are you going to get any money, any salary, any kind of things? No, you're not going to get. In fact, as a college student, you need to pay fees for college. You need to pay fees for college. Okay, so therefore there is a difference between when you just start doing activities after work, they are different, and before they are different. Okay, so I was just talking about you got a job and you started working. Therefore, afterwards also people need to do a lot of activities which are again related to the communication. Okay, which are again related to the communication. So what kind of communication people can just think of? Again, the same communication that can be oral communication and can be written communication. So as far as workplace is concerned, we'll talk about oral communication. Again, meetings will be there, presentations will be there, and let's say there could be other any event is there, function is there, party is there, that are going to be part of your oral communication at workplace. I'm talking about workplace. And in case of written communication, so suppose that as a fresher you may not be initially you will not be asked to write a report on the second day of your joining. Nobody is going to ask you. But let's imagine that you started working, you enjoyed your work, and you have completed, let's say, 6 months, let's say you completed 1 year, 2 year, let's say 3 year. After 3 year, you are not going to work at the same level. Maybe there is going to be promotion. There is going to be, let's say, some additional responsibilities you are going to get, because by the time of 3 year, you might be knowing all the system, how to work, and so many things you have known about the company, organization, or system. So your responsibilities will be increased, and that time you are expected to do a lot of activities. And as far as written communication, maybe you're getting additional responsibility that you need to draft notices for the all employees. You need to prepare business letters, we can think of different kinds of letters you need to prepare. Documentation will consider all documentation will consider. And out of that is one that you people need to write a reports. What the topic that we people are going to start today, that is about reports. So I wanted to bring you two reports that not now maybe, but when you people actually start working after 3 years, 4 years, let's say 10 years also, somewhere you people will come across that you have to write a report. And at that time, if you are just thinking that report writing, what is it? If you're thinking like what is report writing and you don't know anything, or maybe if you're trying to stretch your memory, and perhaps in first year of engineering some teacher was saying that report writing is there, something like this you're thinking, that will be terrible for you. So that should not happen with you. So therefore, let's try to keep yourself updating that what an engineer is expected to do. In fact, an engineer is a multitasking number of work you people need to do. It is not only just suppose that a particular one work is assigned to you, that is only you're doing for, let's say, every day. No, not the case. Every day your role is going to be changed and your responsibilities will be changed, and that should be again the case. You should not expect the same type of work every day. That will be monotonous, that will be boring for you. So that should not be the case. So here you people are expected to write reports as well. There are different written communications, but we'll come directly to the report writing, and we'll try to understand that why, when, and how we people can write reports. So first of all, what do people are going to learn? This will be about what is a technical report. Okay. So what is a technical report? A report is type of formal and written communication. So already we people have made it clear that this is formal communication. This is form of written communication. It is not oral communication. So why it is formal? Because in report you cannot write anything. There you people are restricted with the topic. There you people have restrictions of time and language as well. So therefore this is formal, and you cannot give oral reports to anybody. Because why you cannot give oral reports? Because what I spoke to you, it may be just vanished after you may record it today, but usually it is considered that if you spoke that may not be valid. So reports, you need to be attached to the files. You need to keep it as a record, as a proof. So therefore it is in written format. So this is formal and written communication that every organization, every industry, or every company that need to use it. And these are various different reports are there. Here we are just talking about technical reports only. And these reports can be again investigation report can be about, let's say, accidental reports can be about, let's say, fall in production report. So different kinds of reports are there that you people will come ahead. But so far, we'll just think about technical report only. Or maybe if you'll go to the second year, third year, that time you people are expected to go to industrial visit. So visit is there. So when you people go to visit to the any industry and will come back from visit, so that time again you people are expected to prepare a report. So industrial visit report. So as a student, you can prepare such reports, but as an employee, you people need to think about these technical reports. Okay, so this is a formal and written communication. What is it? It is a report. Then a technical report is a document. Again, try to understand. What is it? It is a document. Okay. So what kind of document it is? That describes the process, progress, or results of a technical or scientific research, or the state of a technical or scientific research problem. So it can be anything. It can be a process. Let's say imagine that at your organization, every time you need to imagine that you are an employee now. Okay, so you are an employee and there any new process is going to be implemented. Maybe from next month there is going to be new process which is going to be implemented. So it is not like that immediately they introduce this new process from the date 1st of, let's say, August. It cannot be. So before that, what is that new process is, and how all employees can be adopted with that process, and how it can be started. So that process can be described in the form of a report. Or another that we people can think, that can be progress. Progress of what? Progress can be anything. Let's say production. You're working in a company which is having production of car. Okay. So when you're having production of car, in that case, you people can thinking average the production of a month is, let's say, 100 cars. Okay. So here you are writing a report that due to some reasons, it can be anything, any reasons that your target, that is 100 cars you need to produce at the end of a month, could not be completed. Okay, it is not achieved. So let's say there might be a question why it is not achieved. You need to write a report, and this report can be about progress. So it may be up to the mark, it may be less, it may be more also. Then it can be results of technical or scientific research. So suppose that you're working to the R&D department. For every organization, there is one department called R&D department. What is this R&D? What is this R&D? Or you don't know? In every organization, in every company, there is one department called R&D. So what is this R&D? Do you know it or you don't know? There should be some answer. You should say, yes, we know this, or you should say, sir, we don't know. Something that.
Research and development.
Yes, the people are right. Research and development. Okay, so now imagine that if you got an opportunity that you're working in R&D department, you're working in research and development department. So there you're doing some research. You can become scientist also. That it is not only that you have to remain employee. If you're interested in finding out new things, new principles, you can just work in R&D also. Okay, so there can be any scientific research, can be technical research which is going on. You can just mention the result of such research in the form of a report. Or it can be state of technical or research, scientific research problem. So report can be about anything of this process, progress, technical research, scientific research, or technical research problem, scientific research problem. It might also include recommendations and conclusions of the research. Again, try to understand what are recommendations and conclusions of the research. When you're doing research, so that time, as per your research, you come to some conclusions. That conclusion can be mentioned in the form of a report, or you can recommend other things like this will be the output, this will be the like this. So depending upon that one particular research, you can recommend some things, some changes, some innovations that can be again in the form of a report. It contains important details about the specifications or particularity of a subject. What is in that report? Specifications or particularity of any subject, depending upon the topic, like process, progress, scientific research, technical research, or the problem. Technical reports are commonly used in scientific investigations as well as infrastructure assessment. So where do we use scientific investigations of what? As I already told you, if you're working in R&D, research and development department, there you people are going to have some investigation. You're trying to find out some causes, some new things, innovations, etc. So in that case, technical reports are used. The next is infrastructure assessments. So what is this infrastructure assessment? Let's say you're just working on you're doing the structural audit of your building, of your company, or it can be that you're doing some survey, or you're just trying to find out how many the particular machineries are there in your company, something like that, or their working conditions, their not working conditions, their maintenance. There are a number of things which are related with an organization. So it can be infrastructure assessment. Infrastructure assessment means that what are the developmental facilities, machines, let's say computers, labs, etc., whether they are in use, whether they are in maintenance. That report will be infrastructure assessment. In organizational setup, reports are written to inform higher authorities about the happenings, then current state of a project, equipments, etc. So why to write these reports? We'll try to understand. So in any of the organizations, when you wanted to be just write a report, so the reasons could be like this, that it says that you wanted to inform to the higher authorities. Okay. Maybe you're working with someone, let's say there could be some higher authorities with you. You're not the supreme authority. Okay. So if you are working as an employee, there is going to be supervisor, there is going to be team leader, there is going to be manager, there is going to be someone who is giving you instructions that you have to follow. Okay. And in that case, if you wanted to inform to your higher authorities, it can be anything about that, what are things we people have mentioned earlier about infrastructure, about investigation, about process, progress, results, conclusions, etc. So in that case, you people can just think of that. Okay. So you wanted to inform to the higher authorities about happenings. What is going on? Happenings means what things are going on in response with the any project, any production, or that fall in production, etc. Or if any machinery is there, let's say there is a big machinery in your industry which is not working. So why it is not working? That you have to find out, and you have to write a report to your higher authorities. Okay. Or it can be about anything that you people are using in your organization, and you are reporting it to the higher authorities. Current state of a project. Another reason for writing report can be any project that you're working on. So you're just mentioning that how is that project, whether its progress is satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or good or not good. And if it is not satisfactory, what are the reasons that you people have to mention reasons. And if it is satisfactory, you need to give that everything is fine. If it is more than expectations, you are going to explain the progress. So likewise, or it can be about equipments also. Already I have told you that in the labs, any machinery, any let's say apparatus, any kind of equipment is there, you can write report about those things. Reports are necessary for decision making by the higher authorities. Why reports are written? Why we have to write reports to the higher authorities? Because when you provide information, report is nothing but it is information. When you are writing report, means what you are doing, you are giving information. To whom you are giving information? You are giving information to higher authorities. Okay, why you are giving higher information to the higher authorities? So that higher authorities can make decisions. What decisions they are going to make? let's say if any machine is there which is not working, and you explain that about the condition of machine. Okay, it is not working, and these are the problems, and these are the suggestions or solutions. So based on your report, that higher authority may take decision whether they wanted to repair this machine, whether they wanted to just sell this machine, whether they wanted to buy a new machine. So what they wanted to do here, they wanted to take the decision here, and so therefore your report is going to help you to take decision, and based on your report they will take their decisions. So that is the introduction for this topic. Okay, so is it clear, Karthik, Kai, or any difficulty?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Then we'll go to the next paragraph here. And we'll try to understand this. The purpose of a technical report is to completely and clearly describe the technical work. Okay, so just hold on a second. Okay, we'll try to continue. The purpose of a technical report is to completely and clearly describe technical work, why it was done, results obtained, and implications of those results. Again, we'll try to understand why technical reports are written, that they're used to describe. Describe in the sense they will provide information. So information about what? About the technical work. That's why they are called technical reports. Okay. They describe technical work, why it was done, need. Then when that particular work is done, what were the results obtained? What did you get when you completed this task? When this technical work is done, what you obtained? And implications of those results. So what are implications? From those results, what you are going to decide, whether to do, whether to not to do, whether to buy, whether to sell, depending upon that research, depending upon that work, that implications will be varied. Okay, so therefore these technical reports are important. The technical report serves as a means of communicating the work to others and possibly providing useful information about that work at some or later date. Okay, so this is very useful tool, and that's why it serves as a means of communicating the work. So whatever you people are doing, or whatever the organization is doing, whatever the higher authorities are going to decide, that work will be depending upon the reports that you people are sending, and in return, you people are going to get some kind of its results also to others, and possibly providing useful information. So when you just provide results, when you support with technical reports, so that time that technical reports are useful for higher authorities, they'll take decision, and in return or in back they'll provide useful information about that work at some or later date. Maybe suppose that today you submitted one report, maybe after 1 month, or maybe after some time, or before that also, you'll get some positive changes. It can be negative also, but positive, we expect positive changes in the, let's say whatever the report you people have written. We'll take again example of automobile industry. So let's say when you people are just mentioning production of car. Okay, so you're working in the company, automobile company, where there's production of car, and at the end of month you have to be ready with 100 cars. So your unit produces 100 cars at the end of the month. Okay, and let's say in the last month, that because of some reason the production of car, instead of 100 expected is 100, but it could not be 100. What happened? That only 18 cars were ready. 80 cars were ready, we'll consider it. Okay. So 80 cars were ready. So in this case, you're the supervisor or you're the manager here. Let's consider you're the responsible person for this. So now it is your responsibility. You need to explain why it did not achieve your target. What is your target? 100%. That is 100 cards per month. So what you are going to do? You are going to write a report. So in that report, we'll see the format how to write, but I'll just explain. So you're going to mention that using all those format, subject and all those things, you're going to mention that problem of this. So what are the reasons that percentage went down or it was dropped from 100 to 80? So you can mention that workers, okay, the employees, they were on strike. Employees are on strike means काय? Strike. Do you know the meaning strike? Employees are on strike.
Sampa.
Yes, you're right. So employees are on strike, so they are not ready to work. So there can be other reasons that you're listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons. Then you are also mentioning that there was problem of electricity. So electricity supply was not. There's frequent power supply. So because of this reason also, then you are also adding another reason that there is shortage of raw materials. So what your raw material is required for making of manufacturing of car is not sufficient. So there are 2 to 3 reasons you are mentioning. Okay, so these are the cause reasons that production went down that you're mentioning. So it is not sufficient to just mention only causes. Simultaneously, you are expected to mention the solution to these. So what solution you can suggest for this? First, workers were on strike. So here you are just suggesting that they should give more incentive. So if the employees, they get incentive, then they will be ready to work. That can be suggested. We can give incentives to the workers, so workers strike will be resolved. Then second problem we have mentioned, it was about electricity. Okay, so you can electricity problem, we should have our own electricity generation plant, or you can suggest another things. And third problem we mentioned, it was about shortage of raw material. So there should be sufficient supply of raw material. So these 2 to 3 suggestions also you are mentioning. Okay, so these kind of reports you people can mention, and because of that you'll see the change. So if you submit this result, sorry, if you submit this report, then you people are going to get the changes. Let's say that you report submitted, it was about last month. So after this month, you'll see the changes that will find that as per your suggestions, maybe workers might be given incentive, or there might be another strategy will be implemented, and you'll see that now workers are on roll, they're working. Or you'll find that there was problem of electricity. Now you'll find that now electricity is sufficient supplies there. And earlier there was shortage of raw material. Now you see that shortage of raw material is also not sufficient, raw material is also available. Now you can see that again there can be the 100% production of cars will be there. So for these reasons, what happened in this process, all this process, that you reported the condition, let's say, or the problems that you faced. Then what happened, that you mentioned some causes and some suggestions. Based on that, higher authorities took some decisions. Out of that, maybe not all 3 solved, but at least 1 or 2 problems can be solved, and you can see the changes that happen in the next month. So such kind of changes, such kind of the change in system or something that you will find at some or other day. Okay, a well-written report allows the reader to quickly understand what has been accomplished, that you will come to know. The report also provides sufficient details to allow the reader to recreate the results. So by reading the result, you'll come to know what exactly has happened. So you can think, you can guess. So as your senior, when you receive the report, you'll come to know this is the case. What could be another parameters? What could be another condition of this result? Okay, that you'll come to know. Then a clear presentation of result is at list as important as the results themselves. Okay, so if people try to represent it well, there should be no ambiguous data, there should not be any confusion. You are mentioning everything clear cut, and so whatever you're mentioning clearly, they will be as important as the results are. Therefore, writing a report is an exercise in effective communication of technical information. So therefore, your communication, written communication, we're talking about that, your written communication has to be very well so that you can write effective reports. You can present it in a better way, because your presentation is going to matter how you're going to write it. To be meaningful to others, results must be supported by a written explanation describing how results were obtained and what significance they hold for how a designed system actually functions. Okay, so that I just already explained you that results must be supported by written explanation. So you are going to give everything in detail, written. Okay, describing how results were obtained. So here I just gave you that why that production of car from 100 to 18 came, that you are mentioning everything. These are the reasons you are mentioning 1, 2, 3. I just gave three reasons. There could be many more. There could be 10 reasons also you can add. So you are mentioning it in writing. Okay. Then, and what significance they hold. So if the production came down because of these reasons, what happened, what could happen, or how a design system actually functions. Okay, so that you people will understand when you people will get results. As a higher authority, when you will get results, you will understand what decisions to take. And when you are report submit, when you have to submit a report, you will consider that all condition, situation, problems, solutions, suggestions, and they will give everything in details. That is what you people are expected to do in report writing. Okay, then we people will try to understand next paragraphs here, and then we'll talk about the format of report. The key to a well-written report is organization. So what kind of organization? Organization of the data, information. Organization doesn't mean any company here. So it is key to a well-written report. You need to organize that. I already explained you that you need to consider one problem. Okay, and then you people need to think about that problem. So what are the causes of problem, what are the possible solutions of that problem, and what suggestions you can give, and how you are going to organize it, how you are going to present it. That is very much important for we people. A report that is divided into several sections occurring in a logical sequence make it easy for the reader to quickly obtain an overview of the contents as well as locate specific information. So how to write? How a report should be? It should be divided into several sections. What does it mean divided into several sections? So it should not be like an essay. Okay. If you think an essay, how is essay? Essay start and then there is end. Okay, so that kind of essay. So you shouldn't write a report like an essay. Okay, it should be divided into different sections. What kind of different sections? First of all, you are going to mention the title. You are mentioning who is writing report. You are mentioning to whom report is written. You are mentioning subject. You are mentioning the introductory paragraph. You are mentioning the main details. You are mentioning the causes. You are mentioning the suggestions. You are just having conclusion, something like this. So it is divided into several sections. And again, there is logical sequence. First of all this, then this, like this, and then conclusion. Because of this presentation, it makes easy for the reader to quickly obtain an overview of the contents as well as locate specific information. Okay, so that is the intention that people have to learn how you can present information in a better way. So that is what all we people have today. We'll try to understand how to write a technical report in next class, or we can say content or format in next class. Meanwhile, whatever we people have discussed, if you have any questions, you can ask me. If no, then we'll take attendance and we're going to stop here today. So is there any difficulty?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, all right. So we'll take attendance. So let me see roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 absent. Then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 absent. 14, 15, 16, 17 absent. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 absent. 23, 24, 25 absent. 26, 27, 28, 29 absent. 30, 31, 32 absent. And 33, 34 absent. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 absent. 46, 47 absent. 48, 49 absent. 50, 51, 52, 53 absent. And 54, 55 absent. 56, 57, 58, 59 absent. 60, 61 absent. 62, 63, 64, 65 absent. 66, 67 absent. 68 absent. 69, 70, 71 absent. So ensure absent numbers: roll number 6, roll number 13, roll number 17, 22, 25, 29, 31, 32, 34, 45, 47, 49, 52, 53, 55, 59, 61, 64, 65, 67, 68, and 71. If anybody is present, you just let me know. Okay, all right. So I will end this meeting. You people can join the next class. Thank you for joining.